Yo, book nerds! Today is another grad school update. I have started my spring 2025 semester, and at the time that this will be posted, I will have survived my first 2 weeks of student teaching. So this semester is kind of different than all of my other semesters so far. So I technically have 2 classes, but they're not really classes. Well, one of them isn't. So the first class is my student teaching, and I have things I do need to do with that, like for my university. So there are like seminars that I need to attend, journals I need to turn in. I also will be working on my Ed TPA, which, at least where I live in Minnesota, you need to pass that to get your teaching license. So yeah, so that is all part of my student teaching class. But then I am actually student teaching full time, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But my other class is called Professional Seminar, which I had thought was the seminars that I have to attend, but I guess I was misunderstanding that. It's not. Why name it that though? I don't know. But the professional seminar is like a 4-week online class where I'm reading articles and participating in discussion with my other classmates. So it's honestly, I'm not too happy about it because we already have a lot to do, and this class is just adding more on top of that. And so I really don't see the need for this. I don't know why we have to do this 4-week course. So far, nothing that I've read has been new information. It's all been stuff that's been covered in other classes already. So I'm not the only one that's feeling frustrated at this because honestly, it's kind of just adding stress. Someone had said this class isn't supposed to add stress. It's supposed to enrich your experience, but seriously, all it's doing is adding stress because it's more things I have to do and I have less time. So it is what it is. I will tough it out. By the time you're seeing this, I'll be halfway through that course, so just gotta make it another 2 weeks and then that will drop away, and then I can just focus on the student teaching. And so far, student teaching has gone really well. It's been pretty easy, I'll be honest. My first week, it was the end of their quarter, so there wasn't much for me to do. I kind of just got to observe. I did a little bit of grading and jumped in a little bit with some discussions students were having, but then the semester ended, so then I get all new students. And when I'm recording this, I haven't had them yet, but once you see this, I will have had a week with them. So yeah, I had just started to learn some students' names, and now they're all gone, and now I'll get all new students, but you know, that's part of teaching. So I really like my mentor teacher. I think we're a great fit together. His philosophies on teaching are very similar to my own, and so it's just, I think it's a good match. I mean, there's always going to be things that I'm going to do different than whatever mentor teacher I would be with, but like overall, I'm like very happy with my mentor, and like he's super nice and knowledgeable, and I feel very comfortable, and I don't feel like he's just gonna throw me to the wolves because I was afraid of that. Like, it's scary. But honestly, I think that having been a substitute teacher for 2 years, like that really helped already because I already feel very comfortable in the class. I feel very comfortable talking to students. Like, I'm not afraid to get in there and talk and like start building relationships with students. And my mentor teacher even pointed that out. He said he's had student teachers who like don't even want to talk, like don't want to walk the room and be involved. They're too nervous. And he told me that watching me my first week just already be all over the room, checking in with kids, not afraid to talk to them, like he said it was very promising, even just in my observation period. So it is nice to hear that. I'm on the right track, and now I know it's just going to get harder from here as I get more and more involved, and I'm doing some planning and I'll be doing teaching. And so yeah, and I think I'm more nervous though for the Ed TPA than I am for the actual student teaching. Everything rides on passing that. So I think like once I get that turned in, it'll be out of my hands and I can stop stressing about it. But I don't turn that in until like the middle or end of March. So gotta struggle with that anxiety for a little longer yet. But hopefully it'll all be fine. So far, so good. Everything is going good. Even though I'm stressed, it's just all new. It's all new, and once this other class goes away, I'll be hopefully a little less stressed. So, because of everything going on, I really have had no time to devote to my own personal reading. I've been just way too busy with school and the readings that I didn't know I had to do until they were already in my lap. So at least I don't have textbooks this semester, but still, I've been so busy. I really haven't had much time to read the Odyssey. I'm a little farther. I've been kind of getting a couple pages a day, but really that's all I've had time for. So like it's coming along slowly, very slowly. Like I'm on page 46 and it's over 300. So we're making slow progress, but it's very slow. But I'm enjoying it so far anyway, even though I'm not very far in. So that's where things are at with my schooling, with my reading. I gotta give you guys a little life update too. My 4-year-old joined dance for the first time this year, and she's in just like a beginner's kind of creative movement kind of class. So it's just for beginners. And when she started, there were like 3 or 4 other kids in her class, and over the months, one would drop out and another one would drop out, and eventually it was just my 4-year-old left in this class. And the teacher asked if I wanted to move her to like the next level up because she thought she'd do fine in it, but it didn't work with our schedule. And so if we wanted her to stay in dance, she had to stay in this class at this point in time. So she was the only one in her class. She had her first recital last weekend, and oh my gosh, you guys, I am so proud of her because this was her first recital. She's 4, and she had to dance on stage, on a huge stage, in front of a lot of people, all by herself, and I was afraid she would just run off the stage and not do it. And I kept asking her if she wanted to do it, because I wasn't going to make her if she didn't want to do it. And it was too late for her to like join another class and learn their routine. And so like it was either she does it alone or she doesn't do it at all. And she kept saying she wanted to do it. So I encouraged her, and she was very nervous, and she did part of her dance, but she didn't run off the stage. She did like the first half of her dance, and then she like froze up and just kind of stood there for the second half. But she didn't run off the stage, and afterwards she shed a couple tears because she was nervous. But I am so proud of her because she did that. And like honestly, it was kind of inspirational to me because I'm so scared of my student teaching. Like I'm so nervous about how this is all gonna go, and I just got to do it scared. And she did it scared. And so like I'm honestly like taking my 4-year-old daughter as my inspiration to just keep going because man, I was so proud of her. And she was beautiful. Oh my gosh, she was so beautiful on that stage. And so she shed a couple tears about it, but then on the ride home she was already saying she wants to do another recital. So like so proud that my little girl is so strong and brave, and just she's gonna do whatever she wants in life. She is. On another note, our 14-year-old daughter just left for Denmark. She's gonna be gone for like a week. She's in ice skating, and she gets to go on this trip to Denmark to skate. and none of us parents are going with, so like we're nervous about her traveling the world without us. But oh my gosh, again, so proud of her. Like, she is just an amazing skater, and she deserves this. Like, she's gonna come back just like I know she's gonna come back just like changed, because how could you not? When I was in 9th grade, I had an opportunity to go to Australia, and like I just keep thinking about my experience and her experience. Like, I came back just like my worldview was so much like bigger than myself than from when I left. Like, it just changed a lot, and it's gonna do the same for her, and I'm so excited for her. And I hope that she has a great time and safe travels home, obviously, because we're so nervous. But it's hard watching your kids grow up and go off and do all these things. Like, you want them to, but you also just want them to stay home where they're safe. But it's all good. Busy. Oh, and I also will be touring with my 4-year-old. We're going to go on a tour for her preschool, because she'll be starting preschool next year, which is crazy to me. She like just misses the cutoff. So like when her birthday is, like, so she'll be like the oldest in her class, or one of the older ones in her class, but she can't start kindergarten next year because she misses the deadline. So I think that's fine. I'd rather her be one of the older kids in class and a little more mature. So, but she'll be starting preschool next year, which is crazy. Time just flies. They need to stop growing up. So my 4-year-old will be starting school when I'll be a new teacher, a first-year teacher. It's crazy. But anyway, that's all that I have to update you guys on right now. I hope you are having a lovely winter. I hope you're staying warm. It is freezing where I'm at, Minnesota. We have no snow right now. No snow, but it is sub-zero temperatures. I don't like it. If it's going to be this cold, I wish it would just snow, because my kids want to build snowmen and I want to take them sledding. I have never been able to take my kids sledding because I've always been pregnant over the winter. And so I want to take my kids sledding, and there's no snow, and it's making me upset. If it's going to be this cold, it just needs to snow. But anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Hit that like button and subscribe. Thanks for talking books with me.